What's up, guys? Welcome to another installment of PoorMan Mods. This is not really an episode. A couple months ago, you saw a toolbox tour of Tony's tools and all that stuff. Some of you were asking to see mine, so I'm going to show you all my stuff. To start off, Tony has a lot more nicer things than I have, but I think I have more shit than he has. I don't have nicer stuff, but I definitely have more shit. This workbench is not mine. This is Dan's, so everything on it is basically his, except for this light and this charger. But this is mine right here. Oh, it's everywhere. So this is my toolbox. If any of you remember from very early episodes, I started off with literally just this Craftsman set, which now has standard stuff in it and a lot of tools that I don't use. So this is kind of just miscellaneous storage. But my toolbox has a top bin, and in it is kind of miscellaneous stuff and stuff that may not fit in other drawers, like a pretty big pry bar, safety glasses, some really crappy drill bits, some pliers, tape, a lighter, Sharpie, stuff for marking things, thread sealant, tape measure, razor, infrared thermometer, batteries, extra keys. So a lot of miscellaneous stuff in this top drawer. And this drawer is my screwdriver drawer and pry bar drawer. I've got long needle nose pliers in there, but couldn't really fit them anywhere else. These are the nice screwdrivers that I reviewed for JB Tool Sales. They are definitely my favorite of the screwdrivers. So, screwdriver drawer. And this is my wrenches. Got some stubby wrenches here. A pretty cool hand-me-down tool for my father. This is a universal wrench. It goes from a 9 to 14 on this side and a 15 to 22. It's actually pretty cool.
How's it work? Like, does it work good? Does it work bad?
It works pretty good. So you put it on the nut, and if you're going to loosen it, you have it on here. I'm sorry, tightening it. And when you go this way, this puts pressure on the nut or the bolt, and you can turn it. So it could actually break my finger. So yeah, I have flare wrenches, standard and metric, regular wrenches. I have a lot of other tools in my tool bag, which I always have with me, which I will show you. So this is not my entire collection. These stubby wrenches are really awesome, getting into nice tight spaces. This is kind of another miscellaneous drawer. Wire strippers and crimpers, hex sockets, Torx sockets, hex and Torx keys, a file, some picks, and a crappy pair of Cobalt channel lock vice grip kind of things. They suck. Don't buy them. And this is sockets. I've got some adapters here, my impact sockets, some 12 points here I never ever use, quarter-inch stuff which I never use, backup ratchet. This was a pretty cool ratchet when I first got it, but now it's just super shitty. I should probably take it in for warranty. It's a Cobalt. And to turn this, like if you're in a tight spot and can't go up and down, you just turn the handle. It's pretty cool, but it's kind of crappy. Oxygen sensor socket, little stubby ratchet. Some big sockets for like axle nuts and stuff, and this toolbox seems like it's about to fall off. So, socket drawer, and this is my big stuff drawer. Wrench, or drill, impact drill. This is a go-through socket set. So if you're working on studs like me, the stud can go all the way through, so you're not limited. So try again. So it's a ratchet, but it goes all the way through. So it's pretty nifty. And these sockets work for my electric wrench. This isn't impact, it's just like an electric wrench. Battery's dead, but I have an adapter on it right now so I can use regular sockets. I'm sure you've seen me use this in a lot of videos. This is my top 5 favorite tools that I have. Also got a breaker bar in here, a bigger 1/2 inch ratchet. I really like, this is actually a Harbor Freight tool, but it's got a pivoting head and I love it. It really helps out. Another big socket and a multimeter. So this is my toolbox that I always leave here.
How heavy is that?
It's probably at least 80 pounds, 90 pounds. So this is my miscellaneous box. I almost never ever use the stuff in here. Some crappy channel locks, standard tools. We typically only work on imports here, so we never use standard sockets. So this is pretty useless to us. This is my tool bag that I always have in my car. Most of the time it's in the car that I daily drive, but if I drive the Supra, this is always, always, always with me, and I've used it many times, unfortunately.
You make it sound like the Supra's not reliable.
It is and it isn't. Like, the stuff that goes wrong is just stupid little stuff all the time. It's nothing ever major. So what I have in here is basically every tool that you could need to work on, to do almost your average job on an import car. This is a factory intake pipe off of the stock twins on the Supra, and I use it as a leverage pipe. It can fit over all of my wrenches and my ratchets. Channel locks, my favorite screwdrivers. Shears, these are with me just for now. I don't usually keep them in here. Channel locks, snips, a bunch of wrenches and extensions. I basically have 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 17 millimeter wrenches in here. I have regular ratcheting wrenches. I have extended ones with a T-handle so you can get more leverage. And I have these black ones with this like special kind of boxed end which can work on a bunch of different...
Not focused at all.
Can work on a bunch of different fasteners. Is it focusing yet?
No.
Fuck it. Alright. Well, these work on a bunch of different fasteners. And they work on stripped ones as well. Always have to have electrical tape. I got this from Moser. His father is an electrical contractor. Normally don't have this in here either. This is a crank pulley puller. I should take that out. Sockets, I have I have a 10, 12, 14, and 17 socket in here as well. I have a knife with a razor. So if anyone wants to fuck with me, I can cut their throat wide open. So yeah, basically all the wrenches you need, ratchet, screwdrivers, razor, knife, hex keys, and Torx bits. Basically everything you could possibly need for your average job, and some extensions in there. So I always have this, I try to always have it in the car that I'm driving, like the Lexus or the Sentra. Sentra sold. But if I'm driving the Supra, it is always, always with me. And sometimes I use it to help other people. And it just fits nicely in the back seat or in the trunk. And this is where I start to kind of bypass Tony's video because I have all the stupid shit that he doesn't have, but he's got a lot nicer tools than me. So this
I never use my tools, Mike. That's why they're nice.
And they're new.
Yeah, so because I never use them, they're always going to be new.
So this box is kind of my fluids and paints. So grease, throttle body cleaner. I'm not going to pull everything out, but it's basically got oil, some Plasti-Dip, paint, brake fluid,
WD-40,
WD-40,
UV blaster.
Yep. Throttle body cleaner.
Gojo.
No, that's in my clean box.
Oh.
So paints and fluids in this one. This box has, it's always going to have my paper towels and my gloves, but then it's my electrical box. So I have all my electrical connectors, I have a test light, wires, gloves in here, liquid electrical tape, soldering irons, connectors, wire wrap stuff, a socket rail. Mainly electrical stuff. I have a nice extension cord in here as well, and a lot of wire. Most of the wire that you see in this box is wire that I ripped out of the Supra from lightening it. I took a lot of wire out of that thing. A lot of wire.
All of it was extra.
All of it was extra. This is my power tools box.
You can just leave that over.
Okay, I'll leave it. So it's got power tools, grinders, drills, sawzall. It's got drill bits. This is a brake flare tool kit, and this is a spring compressor, cutoff wheel, a mini sandblaster. So power tools. And this is my favorite tool. I think it was 3, maybe 4 years ago. I was at our hardware store with Tony, and I saw it and I said, you know, I don't have a sledgehammer and I want a sledgehammer. It's just a 5-pound sledgehammer, nothing special about it. And I use it all of the freaking time. It comes in handy with fasteners, like hitting a wrench with it to loosen it, bending stuff back into place, taking brake rotors off, because we just did a brake job on Tony's Fuckus, and we needed to beat the hell out of every single rotor on that car with this sledgehammer. It has helped me out with so many brake jobs and other projects. Literally, if I did not have this hammer, there's a lot of jobs that I would not have been able to do.
Who makes that?
Collins axe?
Who the fuck are they?
I don't know. It looks like Stanley colors, so I would think it'd be a Stanley, but like, this isn't the most precise tool. It's not an awesome cutting tool. It's not a screwdriver, not a wrench. But there are a lot of jobs that I have done that I have. There's no way I would have been able to complete them without this sledgehammer. It seriously helped me out so much, and it's like the perfect size too. It's not a stupid little one. It's not a rubber mallet. It's not massive. You don't need 2 hands to handle it. It's like the perfect size. I love this sledgehammer. I have a Craftsman electric impact. I'm not sure of the torque specs on this, but it does lug nuts like no problem. It's pretty powerful. I love it. Nothing special about it though. This is my clean box, so to speak. Sandpaper, purple power, engine degreaser, a nice hose nozzle for our hose that we have out there. Gojo hand cleaner. That's really it for that. So it's a clean box. And this is where I keep all my hose. So, I don't know why this is in there, but hose clamps, hose, vacuum line, hose clamps, hose, and hose, and more hose. And I have a corded Dremel. I like corded power tools more because they usually have more power.
I like corded power tools too.
Yeah. I'm getting an itch in my throat. I think it's one of my hose. And brake parts cleaner in here. I got another hose and some miscellaneous hardware. So that's really the extent of my toolbox here. I do have a TIG welder at my house and some other tools, and I do have a powder coating kit. So that's basically it. We do have assorted hardware here. This comes out in handy too. Assorted hardware with the thread pitches. Freaking awesome. So, my throat is itching so bad right now.
I have bad news.
What?
I'm not recording.
Shut up. Were you? Nuh-uh. Why weren't you?
No, I am.
Okay. I was gonna be so mad at you. Oh, and I also have Jack and Jack stands. That's kind of self-explanatory. So yeah, that is my toolbox tour. Hope you guys enjoy it. Let me know what you think of all my stuff. If I have good stuff, if I have shitty stuff. So
you have stuff that gets the job done.
Yeah. So I will see you guys next time, and it's time for me to get a glass of water. So thanks for watching. And I totally forgot! I have a badass turkey baster that is awesome for doing fluids. I got it for 99 cents at Bed Bath & Beyond.